Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Orthodox Banter with Bojan. I'm the Bojan in question and I have a bit of a different video for you today, so no answering questions that have been previously asked, just some of my opinions on the current writer's strike that's happening in Hollywood, and to which, as I have seen, actors have also joined. As a Christian, I feel very tempted to feel a bit or a lot of Schadenfreude, that is, joy at others' misfortune, because, as I believe Charlie, most critical, has said, Hollywood is one of the most evil places on earth, because you can have such horrid acts done there on daily basis and nothing being done about them. I think that Ezra Miller is one of good examples, but there are more. Sadly, the only time when things get done is when there are some extremely egregious cases of brazenness by the perpetrators. So, however, there is another aspect of this Schadenfreude, and that is that there is a huge crisis of creativity within Hollywood itself. I'm referring primarily to the movie industry, and there's just so many sequels, prequels, midquels, origin stories, superhero movies, live-action remakes. What happened to the originality? You know, as I said on a platform, oh no, there's a writer's strike. Will this delay the release of Transformers 7, the rise of Hookericons, and the CGI remake of the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid? It's so pointless. The last time I was in a movie theater, where I went with one of my best friends to watch live-action Little Mermaid. Don't judge me. Don't you dare judge me. I went because she wanted it, not because I would rather not financially support the endeavor. Forgive me, Ursula. I was completely uninterested in every trailer that came before the movie, and not to mention the movie itself that I have been watching. So you can imagine how bad it was. Earlier, I was really looking forward to trailers, because they are sort of these small portals to other worlds, other stories, but now it's just all the same. Now, a lot of people on different channels and everything have already discussed at length what is the cause of all of these, this lack of creativity, and it has to do with, big studios playing it safe, wanting to cater to the largest possible audience, trying to focus on tiring through recipes, formulas, and so on. And there are, of course, the issue of streaming platforms, people not being interested in movie theaters and such. However, there is one aspect that for now I haven't seen anyone comment on specifically, and I have just noticed that my microphone isn't really showing. I hope that this won't affect the audio as much, because I'm really content with how this video is going so far. So anyway, and this is something I have noticed in Elemental. By the way, I have reviewed both the Elemental and the live-action Little Mermaid here on the channel, so if you want to check out those videos, especially the Little Mermaid one, the Elemental is, it's so and so. In Elemental, there's a scene where they go through that elemental city and you see different elementals shuffling about, and the clear point of this scene is that you go, wow, it's so cool. And I realized that in all of these big 3D animated movies, there's such a scene. You have such scene in Coco. Wow, what a big city. You have it in Zootopia. Wow, what a big, amazing city. It's so quirky. And when you think about it, and there's of course one in the upcoming movie, what's it, Elio? There's an identical scene. And when you think about it, a lot of these movies, especially the superhero ones, are practically based on that you go, wow, it's so epic, it's so epic, it's so epic. And there you have a huge problem on multiple fronts. First of all, there is an oversaturation of wow, because at one point you really don't want to go wow, because you really want to have your mind engaged, not only your emotions. And of course, emotions are part of our mind, but they're only a part. You know, still your intellect isn't really entertained in such a case. And you always have these epic scenes, these very expensive CGI productions, which is why all of these movies cost so much, and that is why in part they flop so hard, because when you see an amazing epic city done in 3D for the like 10th time, it doesn't matter if it's the City of the Dead, if it's made of animals, for animals, or made for elementals, you're just like, wow, another really amazing, great city. And yes, a lot of effort has gone into these creations, but the charm and novelty have worn off for quite a long time, and I'm about to lose all of my records. So yeah, because I did not delete my previous videos from this old smartphone that I am actually using. I want to say, we need to have cheaper movies that engage the senses. That is why I like Nefarious. You have two guys in a cell. That is why I love The Blair Witch, because it's just three students with a cam. In Christianity, we don't go for emotions that much. That is why, especially in our prayer life and spiritual life, we do not base on emotions or wow, because it is a way to perdition. Sorry, I have to cut this short, but it is what it is. But I've said all the important things. Wow.